Hello everyone, I am Joseph, the first J of Jmdjstudios, and I have for you today another top 10 list. Today's top 10 list is going to be our top 10 super villains. So the basic rule with this list is they had to come from a manga or a comic book. That is the only way they can make the list. So these are not going to be based on video game villains. That'll be a different list in the future. So let's get started, shall we? Alrighty, so number 10 on our list is Doc Ock. He is from the Marvel Comics, and he is a Spider-Man villain. Essentially, Doc Ock is a scientist who loses someone important to him, or in some cases a scientific experiment goes wrong, and he attaches himself to these tentacles, these metallic mechanical arms, and the tentacles kind of have their own mind. It's kind of like they're an artificial intelligence. Dr. Octopus is a very interesting villain. He's very smart. He's a very good villain for Spider-Man in particular because of the way his mechanical arms work, and because of the way Spider-Man's superpowers work. So it really is a good contrast between the two characters. He's definitely one of my favorite villains, and he made number 10 on our list. Thought so. Alright, so number 9 on our list is, as you probably guessed, another Spider-Man villain. I don't know why you would have guessed it, but... So number 9 on our list is the Green Goblin, and he is like the Joker of the Spider-Man comics. He literally is the main antagonist, in my opinion, to Spider-Man. Every time I think of Spider-Man, the first villain that always comes to my mind is the Green Goblin. Or the Hobgoblin. I mean, either one's pretty cool. They're both, you could put both of them on this list, but basically the Green Goblin is Norman Osborn. he's a very tough villain, and he doesn't have any powers per se other than the fact that he's like infected with this stuff. He's crazy. That's what turns him into the Green Goblin. But he's got, you know, a super suit and a glider and bombs and all these other gadgets that he uses. And you'd think that just something that simple would make him a pretty easy fight for Spider-Man, but you'd be wrong. Green Goblin challenges Spider-Man constantly over and over and over again through the comics and the games and the movies. And he's also very fun to play as in Spider-Man Friend or Foe. So, the Green Goblin. Who doesn't love a villain that's green, right? Number 9. Alright, so number 8 on our list is a villain that can only be talked to about in this kind of voice. His name is Deathstroke, and he definitely earns that name. Deathstroke is an incredible villain from the Batman universe and from the DC Comics universe. Deathstroke is awesome. Slade Wilson is his name, and Pain is his game. No, but in all seriousness, Deathstroke is a really awesome villain. He's one of my favorites. I love Deathstroke. He's really cool, he's really agile, he's really fast, he's really skilled. And that's what sets him above everybody else, in my opinion. He's very strong, and he knows how to use all different types of weapons and stuff like that. He's really cool. He's a really cool character. And to me, he is one of the most likable villains. Because, like, there's no reason to not like Slade Wilson, because for the most part, the things that he does, you can kind of justify it in your own head if you're a villain connoisseur, so to speak. My favorite version of Deathstroke now is from the Arrow, actually, the Arrow TV show. But before that, I got a really awesome experience with Deathstroke in the Teen Titans cartoon series, where he was just referred to as Slade Wilson. But Deathstroke is awesome, and more recently in the Batman universe, the Batman Arkham Knight games, he was an awesome villain in that too. So I love Deathstroke. Deathstroke's awesome. And you can't go wrong with Deathstroke. I mean, like, if you're hiring a villain and you're like, which villain should I hire? I would lean towards Deathstroke. He usually gets the job done. He gets the job done, Sean. Number 7 on our list is Loki. Loki is a villain from Thor. You probably know him best from the Avengers. Loki is an all-powerful being, kind of like Thor. And he's really awesome, and I like Loki a lot. He's a very cunning villain. He really likes to think out his strategies before he acts on them. Like, he really likes to plan it first, and I like things that are planned and organized. So, you know, some villains are actually better without the planning and the organization, but I don't think Loki would be. Loki is very strategic, and everything he does usually has a reason for that. That is why Loki made number 7 on our list. Also, he shared the funniest scene in the Avengers. I call it Hulk Smash Loki. Okay, so number 6 on our list is a good guy gone bad by the name of Magneto. Now, he is from the X-Men, the Marvel Comics, and he's a very powerful villain. Some could argue he's probably an overpowered villain, but I like that fact about him. The way that he is so powerful, and it really does challenge the X-Men, because in a way the X-Men are kind of overpowered, because you have got a very large group of people with many various superpowers, and most of the superpowers are pretty cool. With Magneto being able to control all sorts of different metals and stuff, and then his powers go way beyond that, as you can see if you've watched them before. I like how, you know, like Wolverine is one of the main X-Men, and he can just like run up to Magneto, and you know, Magneto's just like bloop, and Wolverine just goes flying back because he has the claws. Magneto is a very smart villain as well. He doesn't leave anything to chance. He literally plans everything out, just kind of like number 7 on our list. I don't know, he's so powerful, and a lot of the times when you're watching the movies or the animated show, or even the playing some of the games or reading the comics, you wonder to yourself, how are they going to stop this guy? Because it doesn't really seem possible. The thing that he has in his advantage is that he knows the X-Men inside and out. So there's nothing really new to surprise him there, which gives him a good advantage. But I'll end after this scene that's about to play behind me. He picks up the police cars, and they're like, oh crap, crappers, crap a dick. And then this happens. Whew! So yeah. So that's Magneto, and he made number 6 on our list. Alright, so now we're into the top 5, and number 5 on our list is Lex Luthor. Now, Lex Luthor is the bald genius. He is from Superman. He's crossed over with, you know, in the Batman universe before too. But Lex Luthor is a really awesome villain for me. Lex Luthor is he's rich and he's really smart at the same time. So, you know, you've got this guy who's like, I'm a genius, and I know how to build robots by hand, and if I can't do it, I can pay someone else to do it because I've got enough money to do it. He is extremely dangerous because, like, he does not care about hardly anything other than himself. And he is willing to do whatever, literally whatever it takes to stop Superman. Lex Luthor, in some ways, can also be seen as a coward in some areas because, you know, sometimes he'll back out of the fight. But that's okay, because he's smart and he plays to his advantages. No matter what version of Lex Luthor you like, whether it's the one from Smallville, or the new one in the upcoming Batman vs. Superman movie, or even, you know, the comics, or the original movies, or the games, it doesn't matter. Lex Luthor is always awesome. My favorite version of Lex Luthor is the one from the Superman animated show and the Justice League animated show, because that Lex Luthor really captures what it's like to be Lex Luthor, I think. But, you know, Lex Luthor is, like I said, he's very smart, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty by far to get the job done. And he's also not afraid to spend billions of dollars to cover that up. So number 5 on our list is Lex Luthor. Alright, so number 4 on our list is the Riddler. Now, this is a Batman villain, and it's one of my favorite villains. The reason I like the Riddler so much is because, you know, Batman is like this really smart superhero, and not much gets past Batman at all. And the Riddler is really one that gets under Batman's skin and into his head and saying, hey Batman, riddle me this. What's the answer to this? If you don't figure it out, this is what's going to happen. So you're all like freaking out about it the entire time, and Batman's freaking out about it. He just doesn't really show it. I love the Riddler. He's also a super genius, and he's just crazy, that's all. And he really tries to teach Batman a lesson all the time. Like, he's always trying to say, oh, so you're the world's greatest detective. Okay then, I challenge you versus me. And it's kind of like Sherlock Holmes versus Moriarty, if I'm saying that correctly. I always have trouble saying that word. Anyways, it's kind of like them two versus each other, but it's Batman versus the Riddler. That's the way I always see it. That's one of the reasons I like the Riddler so much. he's always going to these crazy lengths and extents to try to fool Batman, to try to get him to not be able to solve a riddle, to prove that he is better, to prove that he is smarter, and to prove that Batman is not the world's greatest detective. And I like that because he is a villain that's not out to kill Batman per se. He's a villain out to ruin him, and that is something that is completely different. You know, a villain is truly insane when they're not like I want to kill you and that's all I care about. But when the villain's like, I want you to give up. I want to prove that I'm better than you and that you're a loser. And that's essentially that. Also, Jim Carrey plays Riddler, and that's an awesome version because he's all like, I am Batman, and he's crazy. So anyways, that is number 4 on our list. Number 3 on our list is Doomsday. Now, Doomsday is a really cool villain. And I really like Doomsday a lot, and this is why Doomsday is so incredible. Doomsday is the only known villain, really, to be able to take down Superman. And not, when I say take down, I don't mean defeated. I mean he actually kills Superman, and he's done it in the TV show, or well, I think it was a TV movie, Superman vs. Doomsday. He did it in the comics, and all sorts of stuff. And that was a big deal back in the day. Sorry, Superman is this hero, and that everyone's like, hey, he can't be stopped. He's way too powerful. And then Doomsday comes in, and it's like, uh-oh, he can't do anything to Doomsday. He's not even scratching the surface. Like, what's going to happen? Doomsday, to me, reminds me of, like, an alien version of, like, the Hulk. Doomsday is, like, super powerful, and he just goes all out crazy. He's like, I'm Doomsday, and I'm going to kill you, Superman. And that's what he does. He's very, very powerful. No one really knows how powerful Doomsday is or can be. So I like Doomsday. I'm excited to see him in the new movie coming up, and I'm just hoping that everything works out well for him in the future. Or in the past. Because in the past we all kind of know how that ends, and sometimes it's not so well. But anyways, Doomsday is number 3 on our list. Okay, so number 2 on our list, number 2, is Ras al Ghul. Now, Ras al Ghul is one of my favorite villains. He made number 2 on our list, and I really think that he is deserving of that spot. Ras al Ghul is this man who lives a very long time. In some origin stories, he has helped Green Arrow to train, or like in this case, he's a villain. In some origin stories, he's even helped Batman to train. He is from the League of Assassins. He is a very dangerous man. He doesn't have any fears, and he's very talented when it comes to fighting in general. As you can see in this one, he doesn't even, when he's fighting Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, he doesn't even choose a weapon. He's just like, I don't need a weapon. Taking down Ras al Ghul is a feat in itself. I really like him as a villain. Like, he is really cool. He is cold, he's heartless, he's smart, sophisticated, calculated, and with a hint of crazy thrown in. Ras al Ghul is awesome. Like, I love Ras al Ghul. If I was a villain, I'd want to be a lot like Ras al Ghul. I would just be like all, except, you know, that's not what he does, but you know what I mean. So, Ras al Ghul, I definitely think deserves this number 2 spot. He is a really good villain. He is a really strong villain. He's very honorable as well, which is something that I admire in a villain, when he's like, well, I'm going to do this fair. Or maybe even unfair on my part, so you have a better chance. And I like that, because he knows he's not going to lose. Because he's like, I'm Ras al Ghul, shun. What are you going to do to me there, shun? Ras al Ghul, shun. Bring it. That's what he does. Number 2 on our list.
Hello, everyone. Joker here, partnering up with Jmdjstudios on this little Batman video. Because you see, here at Jmdjstudios, Batman is a name that's tossed around constantly.
Number 1 on our list is the one, the only, Joker. Now, Joker is this villain who is just as calculated as he is crazy. Joker is, like, he's nuts. Like, he is unpredictable. He is the epitome of unpredictable. And that is why I like Joker so much. Joker is our number 1 villain by a landslide on this list with a whopping 41 points. And he got the number 1 slot. 6 people voted him in the number 1 slot, and he also got voted in the number 2 slot by 1 person. So he got a massive point total It is insane. Joker is a really good villain to Batman, and he is incredible. Like, he drives Batman crazy. And in the case of Batman, the Arkham series, and Batman Arkham Asylum, he takes over the asylum. He's the main villain, and it's crazy because some of the scenes that he does really they're really disturbing. Like, if that makes sense. Like, you just look at it and you're like, he is messed up. What is wrong with him? And that's what I like about the Joker, because he literally is. He's crazy. He's out of his head. You never know what he's thinking. You never know what he's going to do next. 1 second, he could say, hey, you and me, we're not so different. We're best friends. I love you, brother. Let's slap me some skin. And then the next thing you know, he's like, you see this gun? Let me show you what it does. Boom! And he kills you. And you're like, what? Where did that come from? What did I do? And he just does it because he's the Joker and he can. I like the Joker a lot. He is definitely one of my favorite villains. He is crazy, he is intelligent, he's sophisticated, he's a lunatic, he's insane, and the best part about it is he is one of those villains that doesn't want to destroy the hero. He wants the hero to lose. He wants the hero to live in that shame that he can't stop this villain, or that he can't stop the evil in the world, or that he never can reach his goal. That's what the Joker is all about. In a way, to me, that's what he's always been about. And I really like the Joker because of that. He does some disturbing things, including faking his own death multiple times throughout the series. And crazy scenarios like taking a bunch of Batman's friends, sitting them at a table, and wrapping bandages around their face, and kidnapping Batman. When Batman gets there, he opens up a silver platter, and he sees a face in the platter, and he thinks that one of their faces had been cut off, and it was all just a joke. And it all started with the Joker cutting his own face off. So it's nuts. Like, it's entirely nuts. The Joker is crazy, and we love him here. And he even partnered with us to do this incredible video you see behind us for our GameStop midnight release of Batman Arkham Knight. We did the Batman's video game lineage, and Josh from our channel does an amazing interpretation of Mark Hamill's Joker. So the Joker voiced this for us. It was done very awesomely. So if you are interested in the Joker or Batman's video game lineage, definitely check out this video on our channel. It is awesome. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. Before we go, make sure you comment below. Do you agree with our list? Yes, no, and if not, why? And tell us which villains made your list that didn't make our list. Comment below. We love being able to talk to you guys and interact with you guys in the comments, and we want to continue to do that. We want it to just keep spreading. We want more and more comments. So if you're watching this and you see this part of the video, comment below and just be like, you know, yeah, I agree with your list, or no, not really. You guys are stupid. This is the worst villain list in the history of all time. Except, you know, leave out the stupid part and we'll just be like, hey, well, okay. Well, which villains do you think? And then we'll be like, oh, you know what? That would have been a really good villain. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Jmdjstudios and at AMGames64. And above all else, or, you know, click that like button, of course. Click it. But above all else, subscribe to our channel. We have more contents on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, with more top 10 lists coming to you every Friday. So stay tuned for that. And I will see you guys in the next top 10 video. Bye!